to Ride with Alina. My name is Alina, and in this 30-minute high-intensity sprinting session, we are going to have 3 main blocks. Each block is going to consist of 2 songs. The first block is going to be seated sprints. The second block will be seated and standing sprints, and the final block will be simply standing sprints. Each block is going to be divided by 1 climbing track, meaning throughout the ride there are going to be 2 climbing tracks total. In each of our seated sprints, our aim is to ride to the beat with a light to moderate resistance, and in each of our standing sprints, our aim is to chase the beat. It might be difficult to hit the beat, but our aim is to get as close as we can with a moderate resistance. I will be coaching resistance on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being extremely light and 10 being extremely heavy. Take water breaks as you need, try and push yourself in every sprint, and let's warm up. All right, team. Give me 2 shoulder rolls to the back. Tilt from the hip, chest up, back flat. That's it. We got a light resistance. 3 out of 10. RPM 87. Just above the beat. We're going to take the next few minutes to warm up, to get the blood flowing in the legs, and increase the heart rate. So in just a moment, we're going to do our first seated acceleration. We're going to take our hands wide, add a gear, 3 or 4 out of 10, and increase the pace to 105. So start to add some gear. Nothing crazy yet. Shift the hips forward, brace that core, hands wide, and accelerate for 30. 105 RPM. That's it. $15 down, 15 to go. Four, 3, 2, and slow to the beat. Shift the hips back to that 3 out of 10, light resistance. Start to pick up the pace, back to the 87 RPM. In just a moment, we're going to add a 5 out of 10, and we're going to stand. Simple standing build. Add your gear and bring it up, side to side. Hips back, core braced. All right, team. Next up, a slight standing acceleration for 15, straight into 45-second seated acceleration to end the warm-up. So shift the hips forward, hands in position 2, and start to roll. Brace that core. Get ready to sit. Drop down, reduce gear slightly, and accelerate. Woo! 4 out of 10. Over the course of the ride, there are going to be a lot of times where I'm going to ask for a lot from you. And that's when I'm going to need you to be fearless. $15 more seconds until block 1. Start to get athletic. Heart rate's up. Legs are on. 4, 3, 2, and slow. Take the gear to a 3 out of 10. And we're in our first seated sprinting block. In this block, we got 2 sprinting tracks, starting with a number 1. 2 45-second sprints ahead. 3 out of 10. 87 resistant RPM. Building here, getting ready for the work ahead. So let's put on a 5 out of 10, a moderate resistance on the lighter side that we can accelerate to. 45-second sprint, hands wide, hips forward. Let's go. So on the beat, 115 RPM. Down. Brace core. Our first working effort. New hand position. Take those hands inside for an arrow race. Slightly making your body smaller. Nice and aerodynamic. 3, 2, then hold. Hold that 5 out of 10. Catch your breath. We're gonna stand. So put a 6 out of 10. Enough to lift you up out of the saddle. Let's go. A standing build. Technique here. Riding side to side. Your hips over the saddle. Add one more gear, just for control. Our next set is identical. 45-second seated sprint. So let's take a seat. Reduce gear. Put on that racing resistance. That's 5 out of 10. And get ready to accelerate. 4, 3, 2, let's go. Feel the rhythm. Creating new thresholds. Final 15, hands in, elbows in, and accelerate. I'm feeling it. 4, 3, 2, and slow. All right, next step, team. Bring it down to a 3. We got our second sprinting block, which consists of 2 30-second seated sprints. So, add a 6 and start to climb up out of the saddle, side to side. It's time to take it up a notch. Reduce the gear down to a 5, take a seat, hands wide, and go, sprint. Between 110 and 120 RPM. Whatever brings you to this beat with the proper resistance. Brace your core. Reduce gear to a 3. 87 RPM. Roll the legs. Let's do it again, team. Add on a 6 and stand with me. Side to side. Up ahead. Our final seated sprint. We're going to reduce gear. We're going to accelerate. Who's with me? That's it. Bring it to a 5. Take a seat. Start to spin the legs. 30 on the clock. to 120 RPM. Feel the intensity. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Holds. Block 1 is over. We got our first climbing track out of 2. All right, team. Leave that gear where it is and add 1. 5 out of 10 in the legs. We got 2 30-second standing efforts. But for now, we're gonna build up to it. So, put on a 6 out of 10 and stand. Come on up. So in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to put a 9 out of 10 resistance. Staying on 60 RPM. A heavy climb. Put it on. 9 out of 10. And climb. Side to side. Light on the handlebars. Elbows in. Butt back. If you want, add 1 more. Reduce here down to a 5. Keep those hands wide. Seated build. 1 more climb until block 2. Start to shift the hips back. Put on that 6 or 7 out of 10 and take it up. Stand build. Catching our breath. And getting ready for 30 seconds at a resistance of 9. The music's taking a turn. So let's take 1, 2, 4, 3, put it on, and climb. Make it worth your while. We don't climb for too long in this ride. So let's get up that mountain. Three, 2, 1, and reduce. 3 out of 10. Team! We got block 2, seated and standing sprints. A nice mix of both. So, roll on 60. In the seated sprints, I want a 5 out of 10. Start to spin. 87 RPM. We're gonna accelerate to 100 to 110 RPM. Put on a 6. Hands wide, and sprint. 15 seconds here, and 15 seconds standing. We're sprinting with a 5 seated. Add 1 gear with me right now, and get ready to stand. Hands in position 2, hips forward, let's go. Chasing the beat. Aim for 100 to 110, with the proper resistance. 4, 3, 2, slow, sit, slight reduction, 5 out of 10. A slight seated climb, nothing crazy. So team, 1 more, 30-second, seated to standing, acceleration. want you to get lost in the music and push as hard as you can. Add the gear, stand. 6 out of 10. 30 seconds until the effort. Are you with me? Start to accelerate. Drop, reduce gear. Let's get it. Only 15. Put on that 6 out of 10. Maybe a 7. And bring it up. Knees up, team. Come on. Chase it. Hold. Reduce down to a 3. Our second track of this block. We're gonna flip it. Starting with some standing sprints. Then sitting down, then we're gonna go back up. 45-second blocks. We got 2 of them. Start to spin. 87. Put on a 6 out of 10 to bring you up. Hands wide. Position 2. Stand. 110. Now team, it's okay if you don't hit the beat. But I want you to try. Get ready to sit. Hold or reduce gear and get on the pace. That's right, I didn't touch it. Feel the burn. 30 down, 15 to go. Stand and sprint. Who's taking the lead? Me or you? 3, 2, and 1. Hold right here. Slowly spin out. Grab the beat. 1, 2. Nice and light as we climb. We're gonna do it one more time until we're out of block 2. And it's gonna feel amazing. Hands to the end of your handlebars. Sit. Reduce to that 5. And spin on 87. Up ahead. We're gonna put on that 6 out of 10. We're gonna aim between 100 and 110 RPM. Who's with me? 6 or 7 out of 10. Take a stand. Up! Come on team, break away. Get ready to sit. Take a seat. Hold the pace. Feel the beat. "15 seconds on the clock. Take it up. It only works when you work. 3, 2, 1. And sit. Leave the gear where it is. Our second and final climbing track. Shoulder blades back and down. Put on a 7. Heavy in the legs. Shift the hips back. Make sure the knees are not out. Knees in line with the toes. Get ready to stand. Put on a 9. 3, 2, up. It's okay to get loose a bit here. Put some attitude into it. 60 RPM. Who wants more? We're already on the edge. It's so heavy. believe in you. 4, 3, down, 7. Still in the climb. It's flattened out a bit. One more seated climbing effort. We're going to start with 30 seconds standing climb, followed by 30 seconds of a seated climb. Who's with me? Put on a 9, make it heavy, and take it up. These climbs are making me want those sprints back. It's already heavy enough, team. But if it's not, you know what to do. Don't cheat yourself. All right, hold that resistance. It's heavy. Take a seat and push. 30 seconds. You shouldn't be able to go any faster than this. Push through the heels. All right, reduce down to a 3. We're in our final block. 2 tracks left. We got standing sprints. Roll on 87. Wipe the sweat away. Just to make more. Volume up a bit. So, first up, 30-second standing sprint. Put a 6 out of 10 on. You know what that feels like. Moderate. Put it on. And stand it up, hips forward. Let's get it. So I want you to control that 100. Chasing the beat. I said it before, I'll say it again. It's uncomfortable. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, reduce, 3, and 6. 87. Spin the legs. We're gonna do it one more time with a little kicker at the end, but don't worry about that right now. Catch your breath, set your intention. 30 seconds, strong. 6 out of 10, stand, sprint. If you're moving up and down, you probably need to add a gear. Upper body still. Let's get it! Team, don't touch the gear. Take a seat, hands wide. Sprint to the finish. Stay on the beat for me. Fatigue is how we denote success. And hold. Reduce gear down to a 3. Final track. This one is sweaty. All right, team. 2 30-second standing sprints. At the end of each standing sprint, we got a 15-second climb. So just a heads up, I'll coach you through it. Roll on 87. This track has a pace that is attainable. You will be able to hit the pace with the proper gear. 6 out of 10. Get ready to stand. Hands wide. 3, 2, 1. The goal here is to hold the pace at least for the first 15. It's gonna burn. I never said it wouldn't. 15 to go. Stay with me. If you're starting to slow, Keep pushing. Remember that climb. Think about gear number 9. Put it on. Get it on. Slows you to the beat. Side to side. 15 seconds here. Is it heavy enough? This is the burnout. The finish line is up ahead. It's not time to fall short. 3, 2, hold. Reduce gear. 4 out of 10. Spin. This is that time, here and now, where I need you to be fearless. Up ahead. That 30-second standing sprint on the beat, and 15-second standing climb with a little something at the end. But don't worry about it. Put on that 6 out of 10. Focus ahead on the first 15 seconds. You and me, final set. 3, 2, take it up. Do what you gotta do. 15 to go. Until we find gear number 9. Put it on, team. Let it slow. Hips back. What do you got? One team. Take a seat. Reduce gear to 5. And sprint. 15 seconds until the end of your workout. Come on, team. How fatigued? 3, 2, 1. Hold. Wow. Reduce gear. 2 out of 10. That was amazing. We're gonna take some time to cool down, to recover, then flush out the legs. Amazing work. A very light resistance in the feet. We're gonna do a slight acceleration. Simply to flush out those metabolic waste products from those anaerobic intervals. So hands wide and find a pace that feels good. Comment down below your favorite block. Was it the seated sprint? Mine was definitely the seated to standing. I like to mix the both. Smiles on. Expressing gratitude to our body, because that was not easy. Alright, team. Push back and give me 3 shoulder rolls to the back. Interlace the fingers, bring them up to the sky. Drop the shoulders. Grab onto one wrist, pull it to the opposite side. And switch. Let's do a neck stretch. And switch. One final acceleration to end our session. Tilt from the hip. Nice and light. hands wide, hips forward. This one's for you. So if you enjoyed this ride, be sure to like and subscribe to help support the channel. And comment down below any ride suggestions. Alright team, unclip, uncage, and we're going to stretch it out. Some floor stretching. So when you're ready, grab onto your foot or ankle for a quad stretch. Knees together, hips forward. Feel free to keep spinning on the bike if your heart rate's still up. The goal here is to control breathing and lengthen the muscles. Switch sides, quad. Shoulders back. Next up, bigger forward glute stretch. Take that ankle over the opposite knee and sit back. Chest up. For a deeper stretch, push down on that knee. Flex the foot to protect your joints. And switch legs. Ankle over knee. Recovery is just as important as the ride and work itself, if not more important. Dig that heel into the floor, legs straight, hips back, hamstring stretch. I like to use the bike to help with my balance. Lengthening the back of the leg, switch sides, hips back. So instead of leaning more forward and rounding the back, to get a deeper stretch, try pulling the hips further back. That's it. Alright team, feet hip width apart, butt back, stretching out the upper body. Take a breath here. Up on the tippy toes. Arms up to the sky. One deep breath in. And exhale. Thank you so much for joining me on this ride. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you